Hi guys, another in our episode of the One Take No Edit video. If it looks fuzzy, if it sounds windy, I will explain later, but here we go. Woo! Oh my gosh, the salt water is salty. I have got my iPhone inside a Ziploc bag, so let me take it out and explain what in the world is going on. Hang on here, as I try not to dip my phone into the Pacific Ocean. Just a second. And boom. Guess where Karma and I are? This week we're in Maui, Hawaii. And let me explain. We're very blessed by some dear friends of ours, Chuck and Aaron, as well as our children, all snuck behind our back and gave us a trip to Hawaii. And so last week we're walking around Emerson Elementary School in Albuquerque. This week Karma's way over there somewhere on a towel on the beach. And yeah, so I hope this works. They say that iPhones can go underwater for a little bit, and somebody was looking at a sea turtle over there just a little bit ago, and you can see the breakers away from the shore just a tad out there, and I'm sure that the wind noise is horrific. And what's the verse? What's the scripture? What's the redeeming truth to this video? And here it is. I think it's Luke chapter 6, verse 5. Jesus is talking about him being the Lord of the Sabbath. And for me, I grew up on a farm. We value hard work. We value steady at it, continuing day in and day out, working on the farm, providing for a living, in ministry, being steady. And those are all blessed virtues from God. But also, God rested. On the seventh day, God rested, and he called for the idea and the concept of Sabbath rest. And honestly, that's a bit of a struggle for me, but as someone that believes that God is actually God, that God is in charge of the universe and the earth, and as beautiful as everything is, you know what? We can work hard 6 days a week, and then we can rest. Because guess what? We're not God. We're not in charge. And whether we are working diligently to, that random person gets to be on the video, whether we are working 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, got to be extremely careful that we remember God is in charge. Every lead pastor of a church is not a lead pastor. Jesus is the lead pastor. Every leader of a home is not the leader of the home. Ultimately, Jesus is the leader of the home. Same thing with the business. Jesus is the ultimate leader, and he's got this. He's got mission work. He's got ministry work. He's got church work. He's got business life. He's got your children. Mamas, that you wonder and maybe worry about the future of the world for your children, the Lord of the Sabbath can allow you to rest. And because Jesus has done everything needed to do for our salvation, he's leading us by faith in sanctification, and he knows the end from the beginning. He's called the Alpha and the Omega. Once in a while we can rest. Even us farm kids that didn't grow up with many vacations. We had some good fun growing up where we did, but vacations were kind of an unusual event for us growing up. And just to know that in ministry, we want to give, we want to pray to God that he'll help us give, but once in a while we need to stop and breathe in and rest. And honestly, this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime bucket list experience. Karma and I are spending several days here in Maui. And just thank you so much to Aaron and to Chuck and to Isaac and Hannah and to Ethan and Grace and to Isaac James. What a blessing it is to be able to have kind of a once-in-a-lifetime Sabbath for Karma and me. And I was going to think, I'm always talking about on these videos about how we're moving forward in ministry and how mission is about going into all of the world. And I thought, I'm not going to upload a video this week because we're not going forward this week. We're stepping back. And then I thought, wait a minute. That's as much as an important part of ministry as going forward. Because the Great Commission said that the King James, I love how it says, "Lo, I am with you always unto the end of the age." Starts out the Great Commission and said, all authority in heaven and earth is given unto me. God has all authority. Jesus has all authority, and Jesus is with us on mission. And if Jesus said, once in a while, take a Sabbath rest, Jesus is the one that can sit down at the right hand of the throne on high because he has finished the work. The battle is over, and the gospel message is, come, enter into that rest. I love how Hebrews says, labor that you may enter into that rest. And it seems kind of like an oxymoron or a kind of a mystery. Well, the Bible's full of mysteries. The gospel's full of mystery. The greatest mystery is, why would God give the treasure of heaven for sinners like us and then invite us into his mission? Well, if he's done all that for us, then he can say, hey, farm kid, once in a while it's good to step back. And here we are in Maui, Hawaii, stepping back. So thank you for this. I hope it comes out. Yeah, and I hope my phone seems fine. We went underwater. This is a semi-popular spot for snorkeling. Hannah gave me their snorkeling gear. And and by the way, hey, Donnie, why are you swimming with the shirt on? Hey, we're snorkeling to see sea turtles. We're not doing whale watching. If you know, you know. All right. God bless you. Thanks so much.